Welcome back to Windows on the World. We're going to now discuss what's been going on in the newspapers and specifically The Sun this week. And there's a story in there which doesn't seem to have been read by many people, which seems to be a follow-on from a previous story, which is about Piers Corbyn. And of course, his brother's been under attack as well. So we're going to talk about that. Piers.
Yes, The Sun have carried a completely monstrous pack of lies, which is definitely libelous. They've got this headline...
Jeremy Corbyn's conspiracy theorist brother, who has shared a string of anti-Semitic tweets, hits the campaign trail for Labour with the preface, "That's all he needs," referring to your brother.
That's right. And there it specifically says, I spoke at a conference alongside a Holocaust denier. Well, this is a complete lie. I mean, I have spoken at a number of meetings, and it may be that some people at meetings might describe themselves as Holocaust deniers. But this is insanity. I mean, when you get on a bus, there may be people who are travelling with you or a Holocaust denier. So you could maybe, before you get on the bus, ask everybody, is there any Holocaust deniers here?
Exactly.
And if there is, I'm not coming on the bus. I mean, look, it is insane and it is libelous. And we are considering taking this to the Independent Press Standards Organisation. IPSO, because there's a whole stack of lies in there, and it's a standard timeless election smear piece, and they could wheel it out at any time in order to undermine Jeremy, because I'm his brother's brother. He's my brother, right? The only conspiracy I've been involved in, if you like, is attacking the globalist global warming idea as being a conspiracy theory of nature, because for it to work it requires the idea that nature in its production of CO2 follows mankind's production of CO2, which is only 4% of the total. So this is what I would describe as a conspiracy theory of nature. That doesn't make me a conspiracy theorist, which of course is a pejorative term which they just use against anybody they don't like.
The attacks are always ad hominems, and they are always made with assumptions as though they're statements of fact, and of course none of this really is.
No. None of it is. But I think it's important how to react to this, because obviously the idea is, Piers, you better just be quiet, do no campaigning. But you see, they can wheel this out at any time, and it is false. So, interestingly, its actual effect, because it's aimed against me campaigning alongside Kate Hoey, who's an MP I've known for a long time, and who's also was supporting Brexit and Lexit, left exit from the European Union and so forth. And the way it seems to have happened, acted in Brixton, is black people reading this think the Sun's a pack of lies anyway, and then there's black people been attacking the Lib Dems for relying on a pack of lies in the Sun newspaper to get support. Well, they ain't going to get any support from this. The other thing, of course, is it relates me to Donald Trump somehow. Well, I support Donald Trump insofar as he agrees with what I say about global warming, as does Vladimir Putin. But it's got this kind of link of Corbyn and Trump. Well, actually, there's quite a lot of UKIP sort of supporters who will think, oh, well, that's all right. And then they might vote for Jeremy on the grounds his brother is somehow linked to Trump, even if it's remote.
The only really true statement in here, the only reliable statement, is that Kate Hoey described you as a campaigner for housing issues.
That's right. And that's how she knows me. That is a fact. And she appreciates what I've done on housing, and I appreciate what she's done.
Cheers. That's okay. Got that. Now, it says here that you're often predicting extreme conditions which don't always materialise.
Well, they don't always materialise, but most of the time they do. I mean, interesting, they don't mention the BBC or the global warmers have always been predicting extreme conditions, none of which have materialised, i.e. we should have all vaporised by now and the whole of the Arctic should have melted and we should be under 10 feet of water in London. But it hasn't happened. Interesting, they don't mention that there.
Exactly. Now, it's going to be interesting to see what happens when you go to the press complaints about this. What's it called now?
IPSO.
It's IPSO. It's
Independent Press Standard Organisation.
Well, we'll see how independent they are.
Yes.
Well, thanks very much, Piers.
Thank you.
Thank you.